G'day PTSD buddies. Most of you would probably be asleep right now, or for those that are still awake, or trying to get to sleep. I know what that's like, and when you've got a tsunami of thoughts bouncing around in your head. I just wanted a quick update on what's going on my journey, and I don't mean to hog the PTSD Buddies feed or page, but ever since my time away on the Gold Coast up north in Australia, there have been several little events happening and a couple of shifts that have occurred. One of which is my name change. So I had a previous post about that, and that is well on its way now. Express delivery to the Office of Births, Deaths and Marriages. So now I wait for the next 3 weeks to hear if that's been approved. I can't see why it would be declined, but in any case. So I dropped that off actually yesterday. I didn't get a chance to do that when I planned to do that. So I did that yesterday. So today is, what is today? Thursday, Australia. But yesterday I spoke to a solicitor or lawyer that I'd spoken to last year around about this time following my surgery, to explain what my rights were as far as my botched surgery is concerned. And I was told at that time that I needed to wait at least 1 year before I could demonstrate that the botched surgery had made an impact on my life. So I took the next year to to recover. It took a long time, and I'm still recovering. I haven't been able to return to work or become active in my life as I did before. As some of you would know, I am on antidepressants. I was diagnosed with PTSD from that event, which triggered my CPTSD from my childhood trauma, which I had already worked through for about 20 years. That was all pretty much good and settled. Anyway, so with my conversation that I had with this lawyer solicitor yesterday, the same one that I had a year ago, sorry if I'm going all over the place. So not only now that I can demonstrate how much of an impact that event has had on my life, I'm now told that according to Victorian law, or the state of Victoria here in Australia, that that psychological impact, the psychological impact of that event, so it would come under sort of malpractice, is not really acknowledged. So it's really more about the actual physical, bodily mechanics and the impact it's had on that, which just blows me away that that any sort of emotional, mental impact is not considered, is less than secondary when it comes to a case such as this. So just to fill you in quickly, so my tibia, or my shin bone, was fractured during my ACL reconstruction, and it fractured because the surgeon claimed that I have osteoporosis, and I of course went down that road to explore more about that, and I've had it confirmed that I don't have osteoporosis. So basically the surgeon he lied to me to get away with the error that he made and the circumstances surrounding that particular event. I do have a couple of more results I'm waiting on to really confirm it. But as far as I know, and with the detailed conversation I had with a geriatric specialist who deals with aged care and osteoporosis being a condition of that, says I'm all clear. So the solicitor yesterday, lawyer said, yeah, so basically it's more about how I've been incapacitated physically by the incident, which I have. My recovery is still, I'm probably, well, it's hard to say exactly where I'm at with it, but I know that I still cannot function normally. Like most people who have had this procedure, I still can't walk up steps. I have to be wary of how I walk. I do at times hyperextend my knee, and hyperextension of the knee means that it actually bends back the opposite way that it should actually bend, which is quite painful. So I have a lack of muscle, which is called muscle wastage. So I haven't been able to regain the muscle that I've lost in my quadricep, which is the thigh area of my leg, as most people would following a procedure like this that went well. So my tibial fracture and the fact that I had to be 6 weeks non-weight bearing, and even following that, I was still not able to apply any weight onto it. I wasn't able to get into my rehab. So I'd already had considerable amount of muscle wastage from the incident, which occurred in September of 2016. So the operation was in March 2017. So considerable amount of time with no sort of mobility whatsoever. So yesterday I pretty much had the wind taken out of my sails a little, because I've done so much towards this to build my case and document everything. I have a folder, filled with documentation and reports and photographs and so much. And then to be told that, the possibility of my case, because of course I did engage a no-win, no-fee firm, they said that that my payout would be less than the expenses incurred by my case, which is clear to me, that even though they say no win, no pay, or no win, no fee, that really it comes down to money. So today I spoke to the health ombudsman here in the state of Victoria, and she's sort of giving me a couple of tools to apply towards this, and that is to go directly to the surgeon with a letter outlining the consequences of his errors, or the consequences of his lie, really, and what that has cost me, emotionally, mentally, physically, financially, and I'm feeling really frustrated. That my anxiety is that I fear failing this. I fear losing this. I fear, I've sort of adorned my warrior armor to push through the barriers and the boundaries that PTSD creates. There have been so many moments I've wanted to give up, and many of you would know what that's like. Just sort of sit in the shadows of that PTSD casts upon you or me. It's an injustice. I feel as though, that's that's what my experience is. I haven't lost a limb. I haven't, I don't have a life-threatening disease, or I don't have all of those things that we might attribute to loss. Although my loss has been, I feel, it's significant in my life. And of course, what this experience has also done is to trigger much of my childhood stuff, childhood trauma, emotional trauma, mental trauma, physical trauma, and sexual trauma. Much of it now has all resurfaced after many, many, many years of work on myself. Many years. I'm 51 now, and I started around about the age of 25 through to about 35. It was ongoing, constantly, the work. Stumbling, falling, picking myself up, going back and doing it again. Just when everything, the pieces of the puzzle all come back together again, some surgeon comes along, some intransparent surgeon, inadequate, and just undoes that, and that really pisses me off, especially being a very highly sensitive person. I just feel like it's out of my control, and that, of course, is something that humans are generally challenged with. But I just have to keep on reminding myself and just visualizing that the outcome here is going to be a beneficial one, a positive one, an abundant one as far as on an emotional, mental, physical level, a prosperous one in that on a materialistic level, I guess, is that, I can get back into living again and being able to function within my relationship, contributing towards our lifestyle, which is no biggie. It's just, sort of, I don't know, average sort of middle class dreamers, maybe not, I don't know, middle class. What is that? Just to live, on this earth, on this planet. Unfortunately, sadly, it's that dollar sign that can allow us to explore more of the world. I'm not talking about, traveling first class. I'm just simply talking about being able to feed ourselves and clothe ourselves and provide a safe environment for ourselves, and to discover and explore the planet that we're on, and relationships, and so yeah, I'm sort of back in this sort of no person's land right now. So I have to wait for the up and coming appointments that I have, one in the first week of April and the following one in the first week of June, one with a sports medicine practitioner and the other with an orthopedic surgeon, to get another opinion on, what this era has caused, what negative outcomes it's caused me, because that's basically what I have to prove. I have to prove that his error has caused physical damage, or has caused an impact which is clearly physical. Too bad if I've sort of lost my business, which I'd kick-started a year and a bit before this occurred, which now is pretty much, well, that's it. Life has been here at home. Nothing to do with business or work, because I just haven't been able to I haven't been able to bring myself about, interacting that way, engaging it, just, Anyway, so we move on. We take a small step forward. Of course, my motto being, every step forward that I take is one step closer to the somethingness and one step further away from the nothingness, which is PTSD/CPTSD. Yeah, my mind is ticking away. Last night I actually took half of one of my antidepressants, which I'm not supposed to, but I did in any case because my anxiety, I could just feel it. I'm sure many of you can relate to that it's just on the verge of breaking through, through the medicated state that I'm in. So I did that on top of my sleeping aid medication, which is a melatonin that I take, which is sort of starting to kick in now. Yeah. So if I had a mountain to climb, I would probably climb it now and just yell at the top of my lungs. I do have a hill that's not too far from here, but at the moment, due to a lot of the construction with new homes, I'm not able to get up there. But if I could, I would definitely. So yeah, I don't know. I thought I would sort of come to or create some clarity for myself, doing this little thingo. But I'm pushing against the beast that is PTSD right now. I cannot allow it to encroach into my space. And that's really challenging. For some, this might just be a very simple challenge, but it's just not the case with me. Alrighty, well, thank you for your time. And have a lovely night or morning or afternoon or whatever it is that is going on, wherever you are in the world. And if you have anything to share, please share it below. Any suggestions or feedback or any advice if you've been in these sorts of circumstances. I do a little bit of meditation and abdominal breathing and all those tools and skills that have been given to me to do and within my own skill set. So, okay. See you later.